Hey, what's up, everybody? So today on lightning restoration part, what is it? Part 5 now? Part 6? I'm losing track. There's so many things I'm doing. Well, today I will be taking this guy off. I was very reluctant to do so. I'm the type of guy that if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I do believe that things were built better previously. Even little O-rings. So that gave it away. What we're doing today is we're changing the O-rings in that coolant crossover pipe that's fed directly behind the water pump. And this tube is pressed into the block, basically. But this portion, the long portion here that, runs in the valley, you can take it off and it's sealed right there with some O-rings. So I decided to replace it because people do say that they fail. And, as luck would have it, I'd put this all back together and those would start leaking and fill the valley up with coolant. So reluctantly, I decided to do it anyway. So I'll be doing that. It looks like there's a bolt back there beside that hose clamp right below it. And then there's just some harness clips that I have to unclip. And of course, I'm draining the coolant right now. I don't know if you guys can see it down there or not, but it looks like this thing had really good, really nice coolant in it. So I'm just slowly draining it and watching the level. Ideally, I'd want it right underneath that fitting, just so there's some coolant in the block still, because it's going to be a little bit before I have some more coolant in here. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and crack this valve open again and drain the coolant to what I think will be at its lowest point where I can take that tube off. So let's go. Man, this has proven to be a pain. I'm just trying to see what I got going on down here. So I've had so many nuts that I had to break loose on this thing. I'm sitting at 4 already. Whether or not that's legit, some of the studs were double nutted there. Just trying to see if there's one beneath here as well, if I can get there. And it does appear to have another. Jeez, this is crazy. Ugh. All right, all the hardware is off. That should not have been remotely that difficult. I feel sorry for all of you that have to do this with everything on, because this was a challenge for me with everything off. That being said, my whole damn grown ass body was in this engine bay in this valley, taking those 5 nuts off. The top one, I don't know if you can see it there, but I undid the stud and the stud touches the firewall. So I thought I was in for a treat. Thankfully, Ford was smart and notched out that top bracket, probably knowing that the stud was going to hit the firewall. So good on you, Ford, for not totally screwing us over. All this because of you. So I had 2 nuts on one, the upper one, one on the bottom one, which was this guy. And then beneath these contraption of nuts, we have a 13 big boy. And this is what holds the bracket to the head and the block. Looks like there was an O-ring there stopping vibration, so I'll just replace that. It's pretty hooptied. So yeah, I am going to now take the coolant pipe off and replace the O-rings. I just cannot believe how difficult that was with everything on. There's not a lot of information online. A lot of people talk about it. They don't actually get into the dirty parts of it. And these, I used a 10 mil and this was a 13 mil. There's 2 of these. And from what I read, there only should be 2 of those, but I have 3 for whatever reason. All right, so there's the infamous 2 O-ring failure point. Mine honestly look like they have lots of life left. They're quite fat, which is good, not flat. This is the tube here, and it looks like the orange off the O-rings have come off, so maybe there is some warrant in fixing these. I'm gonna just clean everything up real nice, make it smooth, and then pop this guy on. Now I don't know if I'm gonna replace the knock sensor or not. Let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely gonna give it another vacuum and another clean and see where that takes us. So stay tuned. All right, everything is cleaned up, ready to go. There is a coating inside this tube. This one looks pretty mint. As soon as I started cleaning this out, there was some finish inside where the O-rings sit that did start to flake off. Now, I'm not gonna go ahead and try to paint it and, you know, make the clearances all wacky and, you know, maybe it fail. But I did put some of my AMSOIL metal protector in there and just kind of swished it around and cleaned it with a cloth after. Obviously, there's nothing in there. So this is ready to be installed. It's a lot cleaner in the valley. That thing's ready to put some new O-rings on, so I'm gonna go grab the new O-rings, put some lithium grease on them, and install this bad boy. And I'll probably fill it up with coolant again, just to make sure that it's all kosher. If you're curious, that is the part numbers for the 2 O-rings. They are the same part number. All right, guys, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That sucked. That sucked very, very much. If you have to do this job, Godspeed. I mean, it's doable, obviously. I did it. Took me a while. It shouldn't have took me a while. There's should be two 10 mil bolts holding on the harness bracket. And you got to take that off, and then you got to take the coolant pipe fasteners off, which are a 13. And the placement of them is just, you know, really hard to get to. That being said, the 2 O-rings are replaced. I used some lithium grease there out of a can, lubed them up, put them on, and I did notice that the coating on the O-rings was coming off as well, just like the old ones. So maybe it's designed that way, just to lubricate it or help it. I'm not entirely certain, but the coating on the brand new O-rings was chipping away as well. So hopefully that doesn't mean anything. I don't think it does. And hopefully we never have to worry about leaks again down here, at least for a very, 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 very long time. I did refill the coolant to where it was at, which is, you know, roughly 4 or 5 inches above that line, just to make sure there's no leaks. I know it's not pressurized yet, but it's still, if it's going to leak, we'll see some drops out of there. Yeah, hopefully this is a little insight for anyone wondering what to do. Obviously, this is the same as the 5.4 Tritons, I do believe. Honestly, this was probably the hardest part of this whole damn thing, if you can believe it. Not the longest, but like the toughest. And like, I was in this valley here, in this V8, dripping sweat. It was just not fun for me, honestly. So I'm just going to go inside now and rest. Maybe have a nice Bailey's and coffee. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you're enjoying this series on the channel. This is probably the last step before we start building up, which is good. I did take off these atrocious coolant hoses that I still, to this day, don't know why Ford put this system on that like wraps around and it's like 3 feet long. And it shouldn't be that long. I'm going to simplify it and strengthen the hose. The hose I bought is a nice aftermarket hose. It should last. And everything should be dandy. And I just got to figure out where all these plugs go after. So that's going to be another fun one. I'll have to go through everything. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. I'm not getting many views on these videos for whatever reason. It's kind of odd. It's like the lowest video count on my channel, which is super weird. I thought it would be the opposite, to be honest with everybody. So hopefully this video finds everybody who needs to find it, and then some. But yeah, if you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. Check out other videos on the channel. Lots of stuff going down with this, and my ISF is going to land in Canada on the 13th. So lots of videos coming for that too. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to check out other videos on the channel, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. All right, peace.